Yes, it's a Friday night, boys and girls. Hope you're having fun. I am. Hey, it's Simply Butch here. And another edition, yes, you guessed it, another edition of Butch On Sports. Uh, yes, I am Simply Butch. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Yes, it's a Friday. We'll try to get as much sports in here on a semi-busy Friday. A little college football. I was kind of viewing some of the goodies on the telly right now. Novak Djokovic will be in the finals in the U.S. Open here. I'll give you some the results of that and a little bit later on in the show there. But first and foremost, let's get with our Detroit Tigers. And it's a lot of news to be had there, here, boys and girls. I tell you what, here. But I will be as professional as I possibly can. I really will. First and foremost, right now Detroit's downtown Detroit in the seventh inning, the bottom of the seventh. They are tied with the St. Louis Cardinals by a score of 3-3. If you don't already know, the 50th anniversary of the 1968 Detroit Tigers baseball team, all who are living and some representatives to boot, will be in attendance all this weekend here, topped off with a Q&A on Sunday. Yours truly is going to try to get down there and partake in that particular discussion there with some of the players and have some fun. And hopefully next week we'll have some interviews of some players that I adored during that particular time. That was a big, big time in the city of Detroit way back when there when riots and uncertainties and all this other stuff was going on. That brought everybody together. Again, I always say it, and some people may disagree. Nothing brings people more closer than sports here. I tell you. There's a couple other things, but we want to be positive here. The other news with the Detroit Tigers, if you don't know, this will kind of get you up to date. Rod Allen and Mario Impemba are the TV broadcaster, or were the TV broadcasters for the Detroit Tigers on Fox Sports Detroit. They got into a little bit of brouhaha. Yes, they did. But the big story and the big news is they won't be doing another Tiger game or broadcast for this 2018 season. Fox Sports Detroit announced their decision Friday, a day after it was reported that Allen and Impemba got into a physical fight after the game here. I do remember all the pieces were put together. Kathy Strong of The Athletic reported that Allen and Impemba got into a physical altercation Tuesday after the game. The two had to have a third party kind of separate them in the incident, which they're absent Wednesday from the broadcast because they was temporarily suspended at the time, asked to come back to Detroit, explain the situation to the parties of Fox Sports upper management staff. And from what I understand, from what I got from the indoors there, some people looking as far as that, Rod Allen, when this incident occurred, was on the television, and Mario had already maybe had left the booth. Okay, so after Rod Allen got his mojo together and finished his interview, post-game analysis of the game and all, that's when I guess Allen and Impemba met in the hall, or some said Allen chased them. Allen denies it, and many other people deny it. But the physical altercation did take part. Okay, where others had to get in and break it up. However, Fox Sports had their say in it. Impemba had they said they've been had opposite personalities in the broadcast booth for quite some time. But however, this is what they feel made them a grand team on television there. And, many say yes and many say no. In the earlier days, they were a very good team there. Lately here, in the last 2 or 3 years, you can tell there's a little cushion there, okay, in the broadcast if you're watching television. And myself personally, I know both of them, okay, and I'll leave that as such. So they're gone. Matt Shepard and Kirk Gibson will probably do the majority of the rest of the Tiger games of the season. They may have some other people in the booth, like maybe a Craig Monroe going on the road or something there when Gibson, because this is a piece by piece bomb, but we knew at this point right now it will be the one and only Matt Shepard during the rest of the season. I'm quite sure, if he other engagement has not been made with which Matt Shepard does a lot of football and some other things as well, and that's not going to interfere with schedule. I'm quite sure he'll be doing the rest of the season. Fox said after speaking with all the involved parties that the Fox sports director had decided not to schedule Rod Allen or Mario Impemba for any future Tiger telecasts this season, since this matter is internal. They will have no more further comment. This is over as far as they are concerned. If they're going to come back next year or whatever it may be, we don't know. We'll know when Fox know, and they'll announce who they're going to be doing their broadcasting. Probably so in the near future, maybe like December, January, and all, when all this clears up the air here. Okay, that's a prestigious spot to be a head broadcaster on telly there, and I'm quite sure the people who are offered to them, Matt Shepard should be one of those particulars that they go first to. He has he can cancel a lot of stuff there. I tell you what, I'm just giving you my greeting at it. No more Mario and Rod Allen here right now, here for the 2018 season. Speaking of 2018, the Nesbitt Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, they are enshrining as we speak right now. This is kind of late, 9:30 in the evening time. Some NBA headliners will include Ray Allen, Grant Hill, former Detroit Piston himself, Jason Kidd, and Steve Nash. The others are Maurice Cheeks, Lefty Trudell, and also Tina Thompson, one of my favorites there. Dino Raja is another one of my favorites as well. Charlie Scott, long overdue, very much so long overdue. Ora Mae Washington is another female player, long overdue. Rob Thorne, commissioner at one point, and Rick Welts, who is practically right now the part of the upper management right now of the championship Golden State Warriors there. Great story to be had on that. The first to come out and say that he was gay, and he worked for the NBA and a whole lot of other, and a trendsetter as well, and does a whole heck of a lot of contribution work. He's in the Hall of Fame along with Katie Smith. Those are the particulars in there. Congratulations to all of them. Include, okay? Have you looked at the U.S. Open? Have you? I've looked at the U.S. Open today and yesterday, and also some golf. I was very intrigued with the golf because, again, Tiger Woods was kind of at the top, and you want to see how far he would go before he hit rock bottom today. in that second phase of 9 holes, he kind of lost it. He did finish even par for 70 there, but he's a little bit further down back there. But here's the key of that particular situation as far as the golf is concerned. They'll be cutting at 32. The top 32 can move on. The others will go home. So Tiger got some work to do with 2 more rounds to go. U.S. Open tennis there. Naomi Osaka. I like that name. She beat Madison Keys on Thursday night there, 6-2, 6-4. And Anastasia Stevantovich got her game handed to her by Serena Williams in 66 minutes. Didn't take her long. She was gone. So, Wanda Martin Del Potri Okay, I saw that this afternoon around by the area about 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. I left there, then also then find out that he won the game on a technicality. Okay, that technicality was kind of deep. So the other match, which Nitya Royce or Nitya Korik and Novak Djokovic, that just got finished. Djokovic will be there taking on Juan Martindale Potron or whatever, Potri or whatever. I'm sorry if I mess up names and whatnot here. I will hear the proper pronunciation because I'll go phonic on this here. I'll get it right here. I promise. Hockey Town Cares community, they're going to spend like 4 days worth of visitations and whatnot throughout the state of Michigan there. We're talking about the Detroit Red Wings as their training camp is coming very, very near. Like next week on Monday, they'll be able to start traveling up in Traverse City there. But in the meanwhile, they'll be making a couple stops there on the way, to meet and greet some fans there. Dylan Larkins and Anthony Massa and the Stegios, and also Tyler Bertuzzi. They're going to make starts in Ann Arbor and Goodrich. And then they'll have some Red Wings also in the city of Traverse City doing some independent work. One with the Special Olympics up there in Center City Arena up there in Traverse City, and also a couple stops at the firehouses and who knows where. Okay, but they're going to do that. And I'm quite sure the Red Wings I just mentioned, who just in the metropolitan area, who's only going to maybe a place like Ann Arbor and Goodrich High School there, got to make some more stops in Detroit. But that's going to kind of round out for like 4 days worth of visitations and stuff there. They normally hit firehouses. And also the hospital, Children's Hospital as well. So it's all coming. Red Wings go in there about 4 or 5 times a year. We're talking about Children's Hospital. So hockey, first exhibition games in 2 weeks. Oh boy, I can't wait. I can't wait. In the meanwhile, Detroit Tigers are going to bat in the 8th inning. Or should we say the 7th inning? Are they still in the 7th inning here? Hicks is in the game here. Jordan Hicks is now pitching for St. Louis. And I'm just trying to get the graphics here. When, is this the 8th inning? Because we did a lot of talking for like 13 minutes here. And the relief pitcher for both teams has been kind of stellar for a minute here. Yep, it's the 8th inning, boys and girls. The bottom of the 8th, 3-3. And that's all I can tell you. Okay, something happened. I'm still talking. I'll let you know. Meanwhile, Detroit Lions continue their preparations for the New York Jets and practice in shorts at the team headquarters in Allen Park, Michigan. They're going to open up their regular season on Monday night for the first time since 2014 against the Jets. That's all we can tell you there. They will have a couple practices on Sunday and up to Sunday, more or less, and they'll be ready to have at it on Monday night, 7 o'clock. Eminem is going to be an official captain for the Detroit Lions, so it ought to be booming very loud there. High school football is going on as we speak right now. There, hopefully, some of you are just coming home from these bad boys here. Hope you enjoyed your day. Ecorse High, let me mention them right quick here. Ecorse High has been in existence close to about, I think, 2002. The brand new high school was built. When they built the brand new high school, they have some premium facilities on that land. Some of it's not being used. The baseball I know the baseball diamond is hardly used only in baseball season there, and sometimes they use a nearby facility that are using one at the school. A beautiful facility there. Everything's kept up to date and working scoreboards and all. Nice facility. But this facility was not built with any lights outside, and which is kind of whippy here. When most of your high school sports, they are after maybe 7 o'clock. Now, Detroit public school system is one of the few, and some Catholic schools and private schools, who mostly they play on early Friday or Saturday afternoon. Okay, more for less. Those are games that are done early, but majority of the games is at 7 o'clock. There are a few special games that are dealt with in Detroit public school system after 7 o'clock. Very few, but majority of them, all the games will be at 4 o'clock. Some finals here. Detroit Renaissance beat the crap out of Douglas by a score of 52-0. Detroit Mumford beat Detroit Collegiate Prep 45-12. Oh my. Gabriel Richard of Ann Arbor loses to Macomb Lutheran North by a score of 13-7. Detroit Cass Tech, they rolled over Detroit Henry Ford by a score of 42-0. Last I learned, you're going into the fourth quarter up north there. Brimley is it's leading 14-12. That's in the fourth quarter, by the way. That's a late game unless it rained up there in the Upper Peninsula there. Woohoo! I don't know. I really don't know. Detroit's still up the back, 2 outs. Won't be long now, boys and girls. Nice as it's become. I'm. You know what? I'm done. I'm done for for this evening here. And doing Butch On Sports. We will be back. I will be back. Definitely. Probably on Sunday, early Sunday evening, folks. A special of Butch On Sports, because pro football will be had. And we'll go over, some of the goodies that were going on, some of the weird stuff. And also look at some other things, too, like the U.S. Open. And the golf thing should be done, too. We'll have the majority of the 32 golfers who are going to be competing to the next step of the Federal Cup playoff here, man. Hey. All I know is certain people are still in here. I'll let you know this. Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. You can definitely hear me. Oh, yeah. On Facebook. Go to Butch On Sports on Facebook. Press the buttons there and you'll get the podcast. You can also get the podcast on the Scott Nason's The Game Show. Okay, on Game Show, Podomatic, not Podomatic, but Podbean.com. Okay? You can also get my show on Simply Butch 2. Type in Simply Butch 2. That's SIMPLYBUTCHTOO.podomatic.com. You can also go to iTunes. Yeah, you can do that. Give me a like on Facebook if you can. I'm out of here for the weekend. Y'all have a safe and pleasant weekend there. And we'll deal with you on Sunday, late Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening there. Hey, have a good one. Got to tell you, Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions.